Hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. So we will recall that sometime in April, Nollywood actor Yul Edochie shocked his fans, followers and social media at large when he announced that he had taken a second wife, Judy Austin, who is also a Nollywood actress. And not only had he married her, they had welcomed a child together. This second marriage came about 17 years after his marriage to his first beautiful, dazzling wife, who is also the mother of his 4 children, May Edochie. What was really shocking to a lot of people is that Yul Edochie had sort of created a reputation for himself as someone who advocates for young love. Start with your partner, build with your partner, grow with your partner, and he had never hesitated for a second to heap tons of praises on his first wife, May, for standing by him, sticking by him, going through thick and thin with him when he had nothing, and building him to the man that he is today. So a lot of people wondered, why then would he reward his wife, the wife of his youth, the wife of his struggle, a wife that stayed put, gave him peace and happiness even when he had nothing? Why then would he reward her with such a show of shame? Not only getting another woman pregnant outside wedlock, but going ahead to marry her, to legitimize the relationship, and then rubbing his polygamy on her face, even when she publicly is opposed to it. For the longest time, people have been very curious to know the reason behind Yul's very unpopular decision. Speculations were flying. Is he trying to punish her? Did she do something wrong and unthinkable to him? Was he sex-starved? Was she unfaithful? Was there more to it than meets the eyes? So many people have been curious to know why Yul would jeopardize everything he has, even when his own family is not in support of his decision. Why he stood firm by it and got married to another woman. Finally, Yul has spoken. He has spoken and put to rest to all our speculations and curiosity. And in this recently published video, Yul went all out to state his reasons why he went ahead to father a child and get married to a second wife, despite having a beautiful wife that he has been married to for 17 years and already had 4 children. Let's watch and listen.
It's been an amazing period, amazing period in my life. Ever since the news broke out that I married a second wife, it's been it's been crazy. The whole world went crazy. At this point, I feel it's necessary to say why I married a second wife. Yes, it's my private life, but I feel it's necessary to also bring you into it a little bit. I used to hear from so many people that a man cannot love 2 women at the same time. Yeah. I've heard it a couple of times that a man cannot love 2 women at the same time. And I'm one of those people who believed it, before. And I know a lot of people still believe it as well, that a man cannot love 2 women. I used to believe it as well until until it happened to me. And I realized that never say never. No matter how old you are in this world, we're all young, we're still learning. Things can happen, and then you learn from certain things. At this point in my life, I can tell you that, this is my opinion, all right? I'm entitled to my opinion. My opinion may be wrong to you, but it's my opinion. At this point in my life, at this stage, I think it's possible for a man to actually love 2 women. I think it's possible. And for me, I think it's possible because two women can be in your life and then they bring two different things to the table. All right. They reason in different ways. They, contribute differently to your life. They contribute differently to your life. And I mean, you just realize that that's just the way it is. Someone can come into your life and then, excuse me, the person makes so much impact in your life, and you just don't want to let this person go, or you just can't let this person go. Of course, a lot of people will say, I mean, as a married man, why would you allow another woman to come into your life and all that? Yes, we can say it's wrong. I take the blame for that. You can say it's wrong. I take the blame. But I mean, these things happen. Let's just be honest. These things happen. And excuse me, excuse me. It happened to me, and then I I realized that, hey, I just couldn't let this wonderful woman, leave my life, and make no mistakes about it. These are very wonderful women, very, very wonderful women in their own, respective rights, and they bring different things to the table, and yes, you can actually love two women at the same time. I thought it was not possible, but now I know it's possible. You can actually love two women, because two women can be in your lives for different reasons, and they bring different things to the table, and then you realize that this person is important in your life, and this other person is also important in your life, and you just can't let any of them go. And that's just the tip of it. I have I have many more reasons, but for now, this is one of them. This is actually the main one. I may decide to bring out more, but this is it. A man can actually love two women, and then someone can come into your life. Yes, you may say the circumstances are wrong and all that, but these things happen, and then you realize that, hey, you can't let this person go. You just don't want this person. This person has a lot of impact. This person has a lot of impact in your life, and you just don't want this person to go, right? And you try to see how you can make it all work, right? So it's just the tip of it. A big thank you to everyone who's concerned about me. I'm fine. My family is good. We're working out things. A big thank you to the fans, friends all over the world who've shown so much concern about me, about everything. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's still me. I'm fine. It's still me, your favorite actor, one of the best in the continent, the guy with the best voice in the Nollywood business. It's still me, the guy who was always doing rituals, rituals in movies, jovial guy, happy guy. It's still me, still same old guy, and nothing has changed. I love you guys. Thank you very much. And of course, I may be speaking more later on. But for now, thank you and God bless you. I appreciate you.
Oh my god. All right, that video I don't know whether to call it funny or obnoxious. I don't know where to categorize it. But this video is not about my opinion. I do not know it all. But before I go ahead to speak briefly on what he said, I would like to hear from you guys, my audience, right in the comment section. Do let me know, is it possible for a man to love two women romantically? I'm not talking about the love that God commanded us to have for our neighbors. No, I'm not talking about the love that the mother has for her children. No, I'm talking about romantic love. Is it possible for a man to love two women romantically at the same time? And is it possible for a woman to love two men romantically at the same time? Do let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. So on a personal note, from what I just heard from Yul Edochie, I can deduce two things. One, I think Yul is just a product of his society. He is a product of a lawless society that excuses men's irresponsibility and holds them to no accountability. You know, humans, they say, are animals, right? Humans are animals, but more sophisticated animals with, of course, more developed cognitive strengths. But we are still animals. And there is a tendency to act irrationally in every person. Without self-control, there is a tendency for humans to act out of line. That's why we have law, we have morals, and sometimes we have religion to put human beings in check and to guide their conduct. And when people are left to act without checks and balances, without repercussions for their actions, without punishment for bad behavior, there is always a chance, a very good chance, that that human being would get out of line. It's almost like a child touching something that he or she is not supposed to touch or fondle with, okay? Many times they start small, okay? They touch something, they look at their parents and they see that their parents just ignore them, or there is no punishment, there is no reaction. They keep going, they touch again until they finally ruin that item. But assuming that child was checked or called to order the very first time he acted in that light, he would understand that there are repercussions for his behavior. I believe that Yul Edochie understands that there is no repercussion whatsoever, either legally or morally. There are no repercussions for his conduct. That is why he can take a second wife during the subsistence of a legal marriage and still flaunt it on social media and rub it on his wife's face, even when she doesn't consent to it. We have laws that prohibit that behavior in Nigeria, and such a behavior is a criminal offense, not just a civil offense. It's called the offense of bigamy, and people convicted of bigamy are liable to 7 years imprisonment. But that is a story for another day, because having law in the books is totally different from the enforceability or practicability of that law. And law in paper is very different from law in practice. A man like Yul Edochie, if he was resident in a country that works, a country that like the United States or UK or, you know, just name it, a structured country, he wouldn't dare to exhibit this behavior because he understands that he's going to be in for it, he's going to be punished for it. But over here, he understands that he can act recklessly and there is no check on him. Even many of these Nigerian men that beat their wives in Nigeria and blame it on the woman talks too much, her mouth is too sharp, she disrespected me, she disobeyed me. Many of these men go abroad and they become the meekest dove. You see, their Spanish wife would slap them, humiliate them, even send them out of the house, insult them, and they'll remain a lamb. They won't even talk back, talk less of raising their hands to beat that white woman. Why? Because they understand the degree of consequences that would come. But these men in Nigeria will beat their wives blue black and blame it on the woman. But in developed countries, they suddenly understand the act of self-control. So it's just the society. It's just the lawlessness. That's why he can dismiss his behavior with a wave of hand and, you know, say, am I the first man to do that? Am I the first man to marry another woman? This woman has created an impact in me. I can't leave her. I love my first wife. I love my second wife. That is the reason why he has the audacity to do that. Secondly, the sooner we realize that marriage is not just a feeling that comes and goes. Rather, it is a state. Love and marriage is a state. You are in a state of love, meaning you are in a place of commitment, sacrifice, and a personal resolve to remain dedicated. You see, the truth is that human needs, wants, and desires are insatiable. There is always a vacuum for more. Okay, that's why you see people like Bola Tinubu. If you're following Nigerian politics, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, he has Cutting to the heights of his political career, he has influenced the selection of governors in many southwestern states. He has been a governor himself. He has so many properties, so many lands, so much influence, and so much money. But he's still vying for presidency, meaning he still has a craving. It's not enough. That is human nature. That is the way nature has designed human beings. So there is always a vacuum that a human being wants to fill. And once that vacuum is filled, another one will be created. And that's why you have people like Elon Musk still working, despite he is the richest man in the world. What does that tell you? There is always a desire as humans. And if you constantly dwell on the vacuum that your spouse cannot fill, your spouse is unable to fill, you will certainly, most certainly, find someone out there who can fill it. Whether it's a sexual vacuum, be it a financial vacuum, be it a cognitive vacuum, be it an emotional vacuum, if you constantly search for that thing that your partner cannot give you, there will definitely be someone outside there that can give you. So the rule is contentment. The rule is staying put. The rule is appreciating what you have, making do, as long as it's not an abusive situation. So this impact story is really, I don't know where to place it. I might be wrong. I'm not omniscient. I keep saying I might be wrong. Do let me know if you understand this impact story that Yul is coming with, that he met this woman and the woman created an impact. He couldn't leave her. Created an impact in his life, and I'm confused. I'm lost. Why give room for that seed to even germinate in the first place? If a man didn't go around having sex with a woman, how would he even realize the impact that she can create in his life? That's why I go crazy when I hear some women make excuses for their husbands and say, the girl used charm on my husband, she used black magic, she used kanyamata, and all sorts of silly excuses. And I'm like, was your husband at home enjoying a soccer match in his living room, and the girl came to your house to use kayamata on your husband? Or your husband's wandering penis found her? We need to call a spade and see things in clear perspective. All this starts with an adult making a clear and concise decision to be unfaithful. Nobody was raped here. Then when you immerse yourself deeply in this love affair, you start seeing things that this person has that your spouse probably doesn't have. Then the comparison starts. The distraction starts. And before you know it, you're committed to another person. You are hooked. So why give room for all of that in the first place? So does Yul mean to say that if he meets a third woman who creates a huge impact in his life, he will take her for a third wife and possibly a fourth and fifth as the impact goes? What sort of justification is this? Marriage is a commitment. It is not a game of convenience. And trust me, I believe that there are 1,001 things that Yul's wife may be craving for that is not in her husband, but she made do with the marriage that God had blessed her with. And that is the least any person owes his or her spouse. Again, let me know your thoughts. So at this juncture, I'm going to bring this video to an end. Thank you so much for watching. If you're yet to subscribe, do hit the subscribe button. Turn on your bell notifications. Drop your comments in the comment section. Give this video a big thumbs up and stay glued for our next video. It's me, your girl, Barista Neze, and this is Nezeville. See you guys in my next one. Bye.